The story of real value. Every empire claims its money is safe. Every government insists its promises will last forever. But history's graveyard is full of broken ones. It happened in Rome, it happened in France, in Lebanon, in America, everywhere. People woke up one morning to find their savings wiped out, their salaries worthless. And all of it happened inside systems they thought were safe. Here's the truth. Collapse isn't rare. It's the rule. The real question isn't, will the system collapse? It's, what's your plan when it does? Most people look at their money and believe it's secure. But money isn't stone. Money is trust. And trust can vanish overnight. Lesson from Byzantium. The Byzantine Empire survived 1,000 years after Western Rome fell. Its golden coin, the solidus, became a symbol of trust. From Asia to Europe, everyone accepted it. But then the emperors thought, who would notice if we reduced the gold content just a little? People noticed. Trust broke, trade collapsed, the economy shook. In the end, only real value survived. The gold and land the state couldn't reach. History gives us its first great lesson here. Governments always fall to the temptation of devaluing money. That's why real value lies in what states cannot print. The Black Death and redistributed wealth. In the 14th century, the Black Death arrived. Half of Europe's population was wiped out. But for those who survived, a strange new era began. Labor became scarce, workers gained value, land and food were abundant, and those with assets or cash found opportunity in the chaos. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? We saw the same pattern during COVID-19. Supply chains broke, governments printed trillions, and while the wealthy bought assets, wage earners fell further behind. The lesson is clear. Crises reward the prepared and destroy the unprepared. Florence and the fall of too-big-to-fail banks. In the 1300s, Florence was Europe's financial center. Banks lent massive sums to kings, especially the King of England. When he couldn't repay, those too-big-to-fail banks collapsed. People lost everything. That day, Florentines learned a hard truth. There's no such thing as too big to fail. The same lesson echoes from Florence to Lehman Brothers, from 1340 to modern Lebanon. The value of paper, the American Civil War. During the Civil War, both the North and South printed paper money. At first it seemed to work. But each new bill weakened its own value. Soon salaries couldn't buy anything. Those paper notes became nothing more than souvenirs. Real value stayed the same: land, food, gold. Not the paper the state printed, but the things you could actually hold. The French Revolution, the death of paper promises. Revolutionary France seized church lands and issued a new currency, the assignat. But they kept printing more and more. In the end, nobody wanted to use it. Bread riots broke out, and the economy collapsed. And who didn't lose? The same kind of people as always. Those who held real assets. The Asian crisis and the poison of debt. In 1997, a financial storm that began in Thailand spread across all of Asia. Countries that had borrowed in US dollars went bankrupt as their currencies crashed. Unemployment, bankruptcies, poverty, all rose overnight. Once again, history whispered, debt becomes a chain when crisis hits. Lebanon. A modern disaster. On September 17, 2019, the people of Lebanon woke up to find their banks closed. No one could access their own money. The Lebanese pound became worthless overnight. A lifetime of savings vanished in weeks. The money in your bank isn't truly yours, it's just their promise. And they can choose to break that promise whenever they want. Who came out ahead? Those who kept their wealth outside the system, in gold, real estate, or foreign currency. And today? In 2008, people lost their homes, but the banks were saved. In 2020, trillions were printed. The rich got richer, the poor got poorer. In 2023, banks collapsed overnight. Once again, history whispered the same truth. Too big to fail is just a fairy tale. What should you do? In Byzantium, gold worked. During the Black Death, cash did. In Florence, skepticism. In the Confederacy, land. In France, food. In Asia, staying away from foreign debt. In Lebanon, escaping the banks. The pattern never changes. Real protection isn't blind trust, it's awareness. Those who turn crises into opportunities aren't fearless. They're prepared. When collapse comes, not everyone loses. Some rise from it, and remember this. Wealth isn't just what you own, it's what you can create. A blacksmith, a farmer, a craftsman. Even when money loses meaning, they still matter. Real protection isn't in governments or banks. It's in real assets, real skills, and real awareness. Every crisis is a transfer from the many to the few, from paper to reality, from passive savers to active producers. History has shown it again and again. The question isn't, will everything collapse? Because it always does. The real question is, when it happens, will you be left with promises? Or will you own something real? History may not repeat itself, but if you ignore it, it will crush you just the same. If this video gave you a new perspective, like and subscribe. I create content about financial history and the lessons hidden within it.